Okay, guys, here we are. So I have selected the 3 photos here that were supposed to be adjusted, and then my adjustments. So whenever you get some photos from Flavia, do you have a way to put it into RAW, like a RAW converter? Okay, so sometimes she'll send you JPEGs.
Okay, guys, do you like chili? I have some chili frozen that I made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Flavia, thank you. Okay, so anyway, so sometimes you'll get JPEGs, which don't automatically open in the RAW converter.
Oh, okay.
Like if you sometimes forget to open a RAW, it'll open it up right away.
Yeah.
With JPEGs, no.
And how can I do it?
So I'll show you.
Okay.
So, what you do is you select. So I'm working in Bridge here. Okay. This is what Bridge will look like. If you have Photoshop, you should have Bridge.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'll check it out.
We'll make sure. If not, we'll find a way to open the RAWs. Okay? Because she can do it. She doesn't have Bridge. She can do it.
Okay.
This is just what I know. So I'm in Bridge, which is just a way to find my files. And so I highlight what I want, and you'll do this in whatever browser you're in.
Would he eat mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, File. When I go to File, in Bridge at least, and probably in your other thing, you're going to go to Open in Camera Raw. So it means that whatever, even if it is a JPEG, you can open it in Camera Raw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I didn't realize this. Flavia taught me this.
Okay.
Okay, so we have our befores and our afters. Our before and our after. Our before and our after. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will start with this one because this is the one that she mainly wanted to fix, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So when you go into the right here, you'll see that everything is as default. And all of the adjustments that I made to this image are shown here, which is why I wanted to find the files that I adjusted because it keeps the adjustments. Yeah. All these adjustments are called XMPs, by the way.
Okay.
Do you know that? Like when you have a RAW and it says there's the file, after it you'll see a .xmp. You might not know that. It's okay. But if you see the .xmp file, it looks like a piece of paper. You cannot open it. It's not a picture, but it's the data.
Oh,
it's the data of adjustments.
Okay.
So it's cool. Like to have those adjustments, you can always look up what you did if you keep those XMPs.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But anyway, whatever. You don't need to memorize that. So looking what I did, the first thing, so she wanted it white, okay? A lot of times the first thing that I'll do, before I do anything at all, is increase the exposure just a little bit.
Exposure? Okay.
That's usually my first adjustment.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
And you'll see that from this one, if you look at my exposure, I bumped it up to
110, right?
Yeah. So let's do that first.
Okay.
So we will go to 110. And this is by feel, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I probably was here, and I landed on 110. So this is not just like I needed to go there.
Oh, exactly, the number.
You know what I'm saying? You're just trying things out, you know, but I'm just going to make it, because we're coming up with an exact replica, and she likes it like this, so. Exposure is often what I do first.
Okay.
Because I know that I needed it to be brighter. She also tends to like her images light and bright.
Light and bright.
Rather than dark and dramatic. You know, she does not like gothic or blacks or whatever. It's usually very dreamy for her. So when I go back to this image, what is left? Okay, so I see that there's a lot of blue here.
Yeah.
And she wanted it to be white. So I know that what I did next was get rid of that blue. I did some other things here too, but she wanted it white. So this panel here, up here you'll see these control panels. These are super important.
Yeah.
This one is your basics. This is your white balance, which is just color temperature, lighter and warmer. I don't play around with this too often.
Yeah.
This will turn things green or magenta, so usually I don't even touch that.
Yeah. So you didn't touch this one?
I can look it up at the end, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, this I don't really do too much.
No.
This is a curve. Sometimes you can adjust
like the brightness,
contrast with this curve, but I feel like I don't have a lot of control when I do it with this curves.
Okay.
this, we can get to that. But this panel is very important, this fourth one in. And what this gives you is control over each and every tone in an image. So she came to me and said that she wanted this picture white. And it looked like that. So look, right here, it's this.
All 0.
You'll see, so I looked at this picture, and I'll see what I landed on. But I just started to take blues down. And it was experimental because I didn't know what I was going to get when I did this.
Yeah.
But I did that.
Better already.
You know? Now you lose a little bit of tone in here. And we will fix that later. Okay? We're going to fix that later. But look I got rid of aquas too. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of this playing around.
Okay.
Now, let's see here. What did I do? Yellows. What did she do? See, we lost these colors. So what did I do? I probably warmed it up. Okay, well, let's just see what I did.
Yeah, just
So I probably had to erase or get rid of. Let's see, what did I do?
So you played.
This is why I did this then, you know?
Oh,
I probably warmed it up. Look at it. See, now I'm going like that to bring back the color into the flowers, you know? So it's a lot of like messing around.
With it,
And look at what I did. I did do stuff with tint because I didn't want her flowers then to look like when I just took away the color, it looked gray. But then sometimes to replace some of that color, you do have to warm it up a little bit. And now it looks like the colors have life. They were also pink. I asked her, are they blush? Like you'll have to ask her sometimes if you weren't with her for an event. I asked her, I'm like, what colors were your flowers? Because the blue strips all the colors out. You know what I'm saying? So she said that they were more like blush. So that's probably when I ended up doing some, look at that. There's some pink. So look at, that is what I did. I'm doing this by eye right now, but it is what I did. What is it? 23 and 23. What was I? 21, 21. Okay, so very close. So
very close.
So a lot of it is feel.
Yeah, just playing with the picture.
But at least you'll know like what's in my arsenal.
What you're doing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So I took the blue all the way down. Look at how close that is right away.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have like we have the color tones. Now what do you? Let me see. First of all, I want to see the difference here. The 21. Let's just make it perfect. Okay.
Okay.
23. But 23. 21 would have been fine.
Yeah, just...
We're just making it, we wanted to have an exact replica. So we fixed this. Let's look at our tones again. Was it just aquas and blues that I took down? I took down some yellows. Okay. Maybe I decided to do that later. I don't know why, but we'll figure it out later. Sometimes, you know why? I probably did it because look at this flower.
Yeah.
You know? When you... Just a little bit. Sometimes if you have candlelight, that is... like look at it was definitely these lilies up here. I think they're lilies. Is that right? I don't know.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't like how they were too yellow up there.
Okay.
It was almost blown out, so I maybe just wanted. So it's basically like you're triaging, you're taking care of anything that you see that's wrong with this image with these little things.
So yeah, you go into the details.
Yeah, and then I'll have to come back in here and warm it up. So you know. Anyway, but the first thing I would say that the first thing that I did when I got this image was turn it to white because that was the goal, and then try to warm it back up again.
Okay, yeah, so you took all the blues and the aquas, and then that was it.
And that was it. That was really the change. But then I needed to warm it up again, which is why then I warmed it. Then I put some tint back for the flowers. So I really helped it right away. So I'm going to ask you, what's the difference between this image and this image?
I think that one's more bright. No? Little bit
I'm testing you, but like, yeah, it is. It's a little bit more bright. But where specifically? Because look at the flowers. Are those brightening? Maybe a little. But where do you see most of the brightness coming? I'm seeing one spot that I keep looking at that's like, whoa. But it's okay if you don't. I'm looking at these blacks. I'm looking at this. So for instance, this is one of the things too that we're going to do to her other pictures. A lot of times blacks lose all their texture.
Too black and you can see anything.
You can't see anything. You can't even, this looks like a big black blob.
Yeah.
So what I do to every picture, whether I'm editing for Flavia or myself or anyone, I am always going to this shadow. Okay? Shadows, look at what happens. Is that 56?
Yeah.
Look what happens to those blacks.
Yeah.
You can't see anything. It's a big black blob. So for texture in blacks, look at what if I, now this is too much, but look what I can see.
Yeah.
Everything in her blacks. So when I go to, I landed here and I thought, you know what? This is not this. This is not too black. This is not too bright. It's probably right in the middle. You want to be careful. If it's too much, it just looks, you want it to look real. Yeah. You want it to look real, like real life. And that's where I landed. And it's it's definitely, it picked up all this, even in the napkins. So like, look at the napkins, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Looks good.
So shadows is huge for me.
Okay.
So we did exposure, which is big. We did these colors. Warm it up a little bit, however you need. And shadows is like a big part of my workflow.
Okay. That's good to know.
So anyway, back to here. Let's change it. Let's go up.
Shadows, yeah.
Let's pick up those babies.
Can you test while you guys are there before you finish, like the pixels, to see if that works?
Text the pixels?
Yeah. It needs to be like max 1200 by...
Yes, I'll do that after, at the end. At the end, I put into Photoshop. You can't do that in here. You can't do resolution in here.
Okay.
You need to do...
and you can do that on Photoshop too, right? Or not?
You can, but this raw adjuster is the most powerful tool.
Really?
You have so many panels here that make you tweak.
And just on Bridge, you said? Bridge.
Yeah, what this is, Bridge is like the storing system. But
because,
this
is
you like
all
Lightroom.
Of this in Lightroom, yeah.
Lightroom, yeah. Is that what you meant by Lightroom? Because yes, you can do this in Lightroom.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am very familiar with these
because
panels.
you're used to this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can do everything like this in Lightroom.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you end up not liking Lightroom and you're just like, I just can't figure it out, then I can tell you how to do this. But really, you have all these panels in Lightroom. So now to me, another part of my workflow is, this is still a naked image. This is not finished. This is not here.
No.
So what do you think is the difference between this and this?
This one's more contrasty.
Yes.
A little bit.
Exactly. So we can see texture, but now we've lost our contrast. So what I do for contrast, I don't go in this curves. A lot of people will do this for contrast. I work on blacks, okay?
Okay.
So I bring down blacks to taste, okay? If I went all the way down, that's too much. Icky. That's gothic, icky.
Yeah.
So it really is just a feel. I am going, okay, by my eye, let's see how I compare to my last one. I'm just going to like stop where I see it.
Okay.
And we'll see how close I get to what I actually, okay, I would stop there.
Here?
52.
Okay.
Let's just see. Let's test myself. Oh, no. Look, I did more there. 64. See? 60. Oh, look what I did. Hold on.
Wait.
Yeah. 52 and 64. Okay, whatever. I was off.
Yeah.
But not that much.
Not that much. Yeah. Pretty close.
So
64.
Oh, I'll tell you something else different that I do. Okay. So now we have this. La la la. Let's go to. Okay, do you see how this is a light and bright and airy finish? Okay, look at how this one, it is darker, okay? Yeah, so this is my other trick. Each and every photo I do an opposite vignette, okay? When this is a darker, it's called vignette. I do an anti-vignette. That is also in this special panel, and you'll be able to find that in Lightroom also.
Yeah.
But there is this lens correction, lens vignetting, and I go, instead of that way,
I
go the other way. And look at what you do.
Yeah.
You immediately light, bright, airy. I don't have to go to 100, but that's what I did to this. Okay.
Oh.
So now her picture looks, instead of the dark blue, it's like it illuminates it from the outside. Okay. I went 100 there. Whatever. It's the same. Sometimes you just it looks the same.
It looks.
I mean,
great.
it looks very similar.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit. See,
a
I'm
tiny
only
bit.
because I'm a dork. I need to make it perfect here. Okay, so whatever.
That's good.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So I would stop there. To me, this looks like really close.
Yeah,
you know?
it looks like this.
The same.
Yeah.
I'd be happy the same. And so obviously there's not a perfect, and for each thing you're gonna have to do something a little bit different. But this is great.
It's awesome. So that was it?
That's it for this picture. I will show you, however. So I'm gonna flag this yellow, right? This is the one we just did, right?
Okay.
Yeah. This is the one I gave to her. This is the yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just do this one too, okay?
Oh yeah.
Just because, but you'll see, it's the
same
same adjustments pretty
process.
much.
Okay.
You know?
Let's see.
So let's just try it. I'm gonna forget about the tutorial. I'm just gonna like do what I would do.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna run through. I'm gonna just start doing this business. And sometimes you just gotta go and see. It's not always gonna work.
I would freak out.
You know what I mean? You'd be like, wait, no. But let's just see what happens when we warm up this baby. Okay? Let's warm it up and see what we bring back. Okay? Okay, so we're bringing back some stuff. Bringing back some tint. I would much rather have, by the way, my images look magenta than green. I'm like anti-green.
I don't like green that much as well.
Sometimes okay, but...
Yeah.
So like this, I don't want to... It looks too fake if it's this gray. So let me bring back a little bit of the blue. You know? Look, let's do that.
Yeah.
Because that looks more real.
True.
I don't know if that's what I did over here in my final. But sometimes you can't do the same thing twice, whatever. Let's do what we always do. Always. I always do that. Look at that. It's already close. I'm definitely going to bring up shadows because that's what I always do to get some texture, but not too much. If I do too much, not good.
Yeah.
Sometimes those shadows up, blacks down can recover it, and that is maybe what I did. Like, look what I did. I really wanted this to look very sharp, so I did that. So this is really, I mean, I may, you know, maybe a little bit. I don't know. If you're doing this, but you want to catch some of these highlights in here, maybe sometimes I do the highlights down to look at some of the detail in the plate. Comes back. Okay. But already that is already it looks good. Maybe I want it a little bit brighter. I don't know. So it's, you know, whatever. What do we do? Okay, pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Not the same. Pretty close. Maybe I would even do, you know, whatever. Oh, Tommy, no.
What's wrong?
Tommy, baby. More saturation.
Wait, let's close it and then open it.
All right, so it's not the same.
Close.
That's close. You know what I left? I left the table more gray in the other one.
Oh yeah?
I actually did. I left it a little bit more. Anyway, whatever, Gabby. Like, she would be happy with either one of these.
Yeah.
And I'll show you my final adjustments in Photoshop. But look at this. There is something that I did for this. And that was, I cropped it a little bit. Just a little bit, because
it's more level, I think. It looks like that.
Yeah, sometimes, and you don't want to take too much off of the image, but you do want to straighten these things out. And then I will show you also what I did with the final in Photoshop. So I'm going to just pull these into Photoshop after. Okay, so look at, I'm just going to straighten this out.
That's the first step, and then you do the Photoshop part of it.
Okay. So I'm not going to do this one because we already did this. But there you go.
Thing.
I mean, this was pretty intense. This one was probably the most intense one because look at how dark that was. That was really insane.
Oh, wow. That's true.
Whatever. We'll just see here.
Yeah,
real quick.
I want to see
real quick.
how you do it.
You know, like exposure was a big component for this. It really is going to be different each time. But I can tell you that I don't stray from these different panels, what I showed you. Okay. This is where I do it all.
Yeah, okay. So curves, you don't do it?
I don't, because I feel like I can pinpoint everything. Now look, I say, oh, this looks too magenta, so let's just take it down a little bit magenta, you know, or, you know,
the color.
you know, and sometimes it takes, like, look at, I want to take down some of this magenta. I probably did that. Look at purples. Like, those flowers are looking too purple, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that you can do here, which I don't do very much of this. This is in the same fourth panel. You go to hue. What this does is this replaces, like, for instance, I'm looking, I don't know if this is what I did over here. We'll see. But these look blue, and I want them to look more red, say. What this does is this takes your magentas and replaces them with a different color. So if I go like this on my magentas,
it's gonna look more red.
You're going to change just the magentas to red.
Okay.
Or change just the, look at, it changed just the purples to that. So maybe I even did that. I don't even know. Let's see here. I want to warm it up a little bit. I want to take down purples now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What did I do? Warm it more? I don't know. What did I do? Like, oh, Tommy, come here, baby. Oh, look at what I did. Look at what I did.
Oh,
this took me a while. This took me a while.
You was just playing with it and
playing.
You
really, this took me a while. Yourself. I probably was doing a lot of this and being like, why does it still look magenta? Which is what I'm doing right now. Let's see what happens when I go down here. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to have to add some warmth. I don't know. So just like that, Gabby.
Just play with that.
But I'm going to give, look at these. These are just so that when you're on your computer and this is recorded, this is what this panel looks like. These are the finals. So when you're doing your homework and creating this,
just
redo all these numbers.
All of this.
You know? Yeah. And then redo all these. Look at, ooh, I ended up doing this. Okay. But the more that you work with these panels, I have a for him. The more that you work with those panels, the more that when you're just like in your quiet room concentrating, you'll be able to know what you need to know.
Okay.
So anyway, I wish that there was a formula.
I know.
But there's not.
I know, yeah. It's okay.
Even in the
part,
same room.
Actually.
Okay, good.
I really like it. I really like it.
Okay, good. So even in the same room. This was the same room. Look at all this. Different. But it's okay. When I was by myself concentrating, it probably took me maybe 30 minutes to do these. But only because it was so intense.
Yeah.
It was such an intense change. Anyway, and then I cropped to make it perfect for her. Yeah. So let me show you then what is the next step. So we have this as an exact almost replica. Okay. So I'm going to pull this into Photoshop, okay? Because I did do some adjustments in Photoshop, and I will show you what those are. And I will take this one actually also.
And you do that with all of your pictures?
Not all.
Not all?
But I wanted to do a couple things for her. So let me see. I'm just going to say done.
Okay.
That's going to save my... When I press done in that camera raw converter, done saves your adjustments.
Okay.
See, I'll take it back if you need to. Okay. So, let's pull this. Oops. Let's pull this and this. So wherever you are, wherever it saves your pictures. When I'm in Bridge, I do like it because my adjustments go right here. I use labels a lot. Like I wanted to just pull those two in, so I labeled them yellow, so I know later. But Lightroom, if you know Lightroom, stick with it. Yeah. So I'm going to do these, and I'm just going to pull these now into Photoshop. Okay. So does this do this for you? Does it pull it into this at all for you, or does it just open right it up?
Sometimes this happens.
Okay, so when that happens, that's this.
That's this, okay.
That's this Adobe.
Open images.
Okay.
So I'll probably have it.
You probably do. Okay. So for this one, what I wanted to do for her was say I'm going in here, and this is a dreamy, dreamy picture, but I wanted these blooms to really stand out. Okay.
Be more bright? No, or more
a little
like
bit
color?
Personally, I wanted them to be sharper. So I have actions here.
Okay.
And have you ever worked with actions before in Photoshop? Okay. So the action that I liked for her for this was I have this one action which says sharp eyelashes. It's for babies. It's for new babies, newborns. But I use sharp baby eyelashes for so many things.
Really?
Yes, I'm gonna press play on this sharp eyelashes.
Okay.
And so Gabby, this is also for Flavia though. Because I know she's going to be watching this.
True, yeah.
But so I'm just going to sharpen these flowers. And this is what I will do. If there's a focal point like this in the middle of the table.
You just...
And it made her camera, because I don't know if she shot this or who. But sometimes that'll help out if something wasn't shot with a very sharp
good for me
lens.
Because my camera's not that good.
Yeah, so that'll help you too.
Yeah.
So anything that you want texture in, I do this little sharpening thing. I know I did it here. Look at that. Look at how those blooms just stick out.
True.
And sometimes here. Not everywhere. But in some of these focal places. Okay?
Okay.
So now, she said that she wanted this in some specific dimension. And I'll figure out what that is. But for Flavia, who's watching this also, I will give you an action right now because I was supposed to email it to you, but I did not.
What?
The
action?
Or to Flavia. I'm talking to her now.
Okay,
I have this res up. It's resolution up. Okay. What this is going to do is just take this picture and blow it up. Okay. It's called interpolation. And
did you make this or do you buy
this? I didn't. I do make actions for myself. I bought this action.
Oh, okay.
A while ago. So I'm going to press play. And then look at this is right now 33%. And it'll just blow it all up. Now this is 30. You can even do it again, and you don't lose any quality.
Wow.
So if you're blowing up like poster size images, a lot of the times people do it this way.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's great.
I'm making this bigger. So what are the dimensions that you need for your website?
Move your booty. Okay. I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm warming up the chili so you guys can eat.
You're so sweet.
Your son is eating mac and cheese downstairs and not having
I'm going to pause. Okay, so here's my image. Okay, so let's look at the size. Image says right now it is huge. We need to size it down. So it's 6907 by 45. So for yours, if we just do my dimensions, 2300 width by 1534. Well, it's going to skew it. Whatever. 20. It's going to look like this, basically. Let's look at at 100%. That's what it's going to look like.
So it's okay, right?
It's perfect. It's perfect.
And how do we make it like even more crisp, like you said? What is that thing that you said?
So now, after you size it, so first step is to size. And I'll help you. I can size everything for you, no problem. So then...
I think he's hungry.
Okay, I'll feed him. Then I do this.
Is this your actions?
This is the one I sent you, though. These I sent you. I can send it to you again if you want. But this print Sharpie. Okay? Now that's too much.
Yeah.
So then what we do, we go down here to the opacity. If I go 100, it's going to be like that. We do it to taste. Okay? Nothing is there. Yeah. So I start from the bottom and I go...
No, it's much better.
Look, I would stop there.
It's beautiful.
If I were you, I would stop
Perfect.
there.
Yeah, I like it.
So that's a print action. That's a sharpening action. There you go. And this is absolutely what it's going to look like on your website. If you'd like to crop it, we can.
No, I like this. I think it's beautiful.
It's great.
It is, yeah.
So as long as we have a big enough file to start with, you can. I had to size down. I'm curious
about like the black one.
So let's do that next.
Let's do the black one.
I'm gonna pause.
Just pause and
okay. I resumed our video. File open in camera. Okay. Okay, so her concern, I actually love how it's already white. Let me hold it. Okay, so I already really like the white. I think it's perfect. I don't know if we have to change the white balance unless.
Yeah, I like the white too.
It looks very good.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna pause it for one moment. Pause. Okay, so I'm gonna leave everything here.
Okay.
Because I don't even think this needs to be brighter. We'll see at the end. But my shadows, whenever you see blacks here like that, that was what she was worrying about the most because you can't see texture. So let's see. Oh, look what you can see now. But look at what happens. Careful. Because, yeah. So the reason why is it was shot in such a way that it's probably was shot a little underexposed for it, you know? So when you're shooting blacks, sometimes it's easier for yourself afterwards to kind of overexpose it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not a lot, but, oh, wait, I'm being dumb. Here. So let's take down these shadows. So it was there. I want to just show a little bit here. And then let's stop right there because I don't want to push it too much. Okay, I'll stop like that because I'll show you something else that might work to fix it. This is just what I would do. So it looks like this. Let's look and see what will happen if I go to noise reduction, which is over here in this, wait, where is it? Sorry, again, it's a, oh wait, no. See, I'm lying. It's this sharpening, but down here is noise reduction. So yeah, if sometimes that can help this situation, and this might be too far gone for what she wants, like because of how it was shot, but let's look and see what it'll do. I mean, it's a little bit better, right?
It's better. It's better.
You know, it might, and you gotta be careful. Let me see what this looks like, and then you gotta zoom out and look and see.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks way better than what it did, and I can see more of the texture. Let me see. I know she likes showing all of the texture, but it's just you can't probably show so much.
But you can see.
You can. I fixed it like this. I'm comfortable fixing it like this. And then we can even see.
Something like that.
And then you want this to be gold.
Ideally, yeah.
You know.
Makes sense.
So then, like.
I want you to just leave a bunch open for you.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Come and find me. I'm gonna be right there and say, "Is this what you're looking for?" And then.
So.
How are we doing?
Good. I'm just looking at this.
Oh, he wants to see.
And
Oh,
I'm
shoot,
bringing down some. Because look at this.
What do you want to drink?
See these flowers in here? Just water.
How can I make those a little bit less yellow?
Okay, hold on.
You want water? Cold or?
Yeah, cold water.
Do you want a white noise?
This is what he does. He just rocks around and he'll fall. So okay, so this is another thing. So she said, how I make this less yellow. So she usually does. She wants her flowers to look white. So what would I do? I would go to this and I would say, take down yellow. This is what I did for Viviana. Look at that.
Yeah, that's way better. So the
not
real
that.
Colors, yeah. What's the real colors of the flowers?
I think that's what's difficult. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so it may have been white, but just yellow lights around, you know? But there we go. So I'm going to leave it here because I know that this is a little bit, it's a little noisy, and she does not like noise. But maybe we can smooth some stuff in Photoshop, okay? So let's just start with this, okay? Open image. I'm just going to open it in Photoshop. Do you wish to update it? Yes, update it. I think. I don't know. What in the hell? I feel like my adjustments didn't come through.
No?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
Maybe I need to close it.
Just close.
What did you get?
Don't save.
See, I got those at home goods. I love them.
I love that.
That's what.
It's my style. I have 2 of them.
My
Okay, there we go.
before you chit-chat.
So she might not like this because I'm trying to be aggressive because of this. It should have been photographed differently. But first, let's fix our. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix the skewing.
Let me see how you do it.
So filter, lens correction. Okay, custom.
Are you guys gonna eat the chili here?
Yeah, I'm just showing her the last of this, and then I'm gonna.
Okay. Here? Upstairs?
We'll go up. We'll go downstairs.
Yeah.
So look at how. I want to fix this. See how it was shot at a slant? Not that way, but I want to go more this way. And then vertical. I'm gonna fix this a little bit.
Okay.
See how it just. It's
A little
just.
bit, yeah.
I don't know what the problem you guys are seeing there.
It's okay. I'm just straightening it a little bit.
Oh, I can see.
To me, this looks a little bit more professional, but okay.
Yeah.
You hate it? You mad?
No, it's good. I don't.
Okay. So then
So before you spend all your life there,
yeah.
even make sure. Can you do see if the size is gonna work? What's
Yeah.
the size of this picture right now?
Right now, this is going to be plenty because look at this is 100%. It's
okay,
huge.
So it's fine.
So let's see
Okay.
file. Let's just see image size, and I can make it bigger with my action. 23. Yeah,
Okay,
look
that's
at
fine.
width.
Okay,
23. It's over it. You're good.
Okay, thank God.
You're good. You're good. And look at this is what I want to show you. I have this thing. I'm going to send it to you, but you don't need it because I can do it to all your images. It's called Res Up. Where is it? Whatever. Res Up. Res Up 5 steps. If there is a picture that is not big enough, you press this and you press play, and it makes it bigger.
That's perfect.
Okay?
That's magic.
And you don't lose quality.
That's all.
This is what people used to do posters, billboards, things
So
like that.
That's it.
Yes.
Just
Just that. Okay? Okay?
Just one thing.
Do you know that the 15, 14, 18 hours that I spent on that dance floor, if I had the skills, probably would take me 3 hours because I don't know all of this.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so right now, look, the only thing is noise. It's not good, but you might not show up. I'm going to blur this a little bit, okay? I'm gonna smooth some noise.
Do whatever you want to do. Thank you. Let me get you guys chilling.
It's a blur.
We go downstairs.
We'll go down in 1 second.
Yeah,
I'm just
we go
finishing
down.
this and then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do sometimes to get rid of noise in some certain spaces, like black, I'm doing this because just to... Okay, so let's just smooth this so that we can see her details. Okay, look, I'm just getting rid of noise here in
So
some of
wait,
these.
Where did you go?
It's an action
Oh,
called,
it's an action.
it's a blur.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just, this is huger than anybody would ever see. But because we're being really careful, we don't want noise. Sometimes we can fix it with this. If it was shot differently, we wouldn't have to do this.
Yeah.
But because...
You forgot the first part.
No.
No, not sucks. Just...
I did it this
The
reverie
conditions
with that dark
were-
tint, like that.
No, this is very difficult to shoot. This is
Yeah,
not, this is not easy.
Yeah.
You have to do a couple different, you have to
No, what
it's not sucks. It's a great, actually. Okay, so look, that was smoothed. I feel like that does not look noisy.
No, it does not look noisy.
Okay? So now look.
I wish I could pay like $10. Look at this.
Okay, so now I want to fix, hold on. Okay. Oh crap. Okay, I just need to do this. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, I like this.
Yes.
Is there anything else? Let's, do you want this a little, here, let's just do something. In the spotlight is another thing. Okay. I feel like just a little bit, maybe I would do this.
And so you like.
So I just sometimes brighten some things, like these flowers, to make them stand out a little bit. Okay.
The roses here are the only flowers that are real.
Seriously?
Really?
That's incredible. I don't even what?
Yeah.
That's bizarre. How? Okay, so anyway, oops. So skip this version. So here we go. Okay. Now we see some texture. I couldn't do it more than that, otherwise it would look bad.
Beautiful.
Looks good. Let's just do this.
You need to see what I did. It looks like so like.
Okay. I'm gonna do this print Sharpie again, and this is the after you do everything. This is when you do this one, and it just makes it okay. And then you can do it to taste. Okay. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like you went there and took a picture.
Okay. And later on, I'm going to fix that noise. See this noise?
Yeah, I see noise here.
We're going to fix that, okay? I'll do it the same way I did for that. But we can pause.